I'm Anthony Forrest, the president of Steel Cod, and I'm here with John Beresford, our VP of Sales, ready to discuss all things appliances. All right, John, this is one of my favorite topics and probably one of the appliance sales industry's favorite topics, and that's Combi steam ovens. We love Combi steam ovens. We've all seen a zillion demos to this point. We're all like, this is really awesome. We compare the results, and it's awesome. We're all thrilled with this appliance. But why isn't it breaking through more? Why don't we see it in more kitchens? Why don't the customers get it the way we get it? And really, the question to ask is, and that's being asked, is are Combi steam ovens really worth it?
Yeah, I would say yes, for sure. And we need to really define what that means, right? When we're talking about, steam only, a lot of people will come in and asking for steam ovens because they don't know the difference between steam and Combi steam, right? So steam only activity is really just for steaming broccoli or fish or rice or whatever. And that's not what we're talking about here. We're actually talking about Combi steam, and Combi steam is what's prevalent in the market today. So if you go in and ask for a steam oven with a salesperson, they're going to point you to a Combi steam oven, whether they know it or not. So really what it means is that it can cook with dry heat, it can cook with steam, and it can be really a controlled combination of both of those things. And that combination is really what's going to change the results for you from the older steam ovens that were out there. When you're looking at really what steam changes, and again, we're talking about Combi steam, right? Mm-hmm. Cooking is all about heat transfer, right? Dry ovens use hot air, and hot air pulls moisture out of the food as it cooks it. Steam is going to change that environment entirely for you. When there's moisture already in that cavity, the surface of the food doesn't dry out nearly as aggressively, right? I mean, it really just slows down evaporation, and then slower evaporation means that the proteins really kind of tighten up less, and that less tightening up means that you're going to get a better texture overall. What it doesn't do is, you hear these things out there, it's not going to make food any fancier for you, right? I mean, really what it's going to do is it's going to make it more controlled, more so than anything else. So,
and again, I mean, for our audience, we don't necessarily need to sell them on Combi steam ovens, but they do have to sell their customers on Combi steam oven. If they're, let's say a customer has heard of it. This is not a new concept to them. But again, they're asking, is this worth it? The ticket's generally a little bigger than what it might be potentially replacing or as an addition to the ticket. And how do we find out and really qualify if someone asks, is this worth it? What do we need to find out from them to answer that question?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, listen, steam is all about texture control. So you want to really find out what they're cooking, right? And what they're doing. If, they're primarily just heating up leftovers and going, it may or may not be the right solution for them, right? So find out what they're doing. But in order to find out what they're doing, you as a salesperson need to be educated about what's actually going on and what gets improved in these ovens, right? So let's take a couple of quick examples so you know how to explain them all the way through, right? If we're taking chicken breast, right? That's the easy one. That's what we talk about all the time. In a dry oven, surface moisture evaporates quickly. We already talked about that. But as that moisture starts to leave, those muscle fibers within the chicken start to tighten up. And that's what makes chicken go from juicy to dry. That's all it is those muscle fibers are tightening. So in a combination steam oven, that humid environment that you give it slows that moisture loss down. So the window between kind of done and dry, think about it as just getting a heck of a lot wider, right? There's a lot more margin for you to work with into it. So it's much more forgiving. But you don't magically cook better, right? You just have more of a margin before it dries out. That's really the reward when you throw a piece of chicken in there. The other one you hear all the time, and people say, yeah, throw bread in there, but bread's a tough one for customers to be able to wrap their head around because it's moisture. And they say, well, bread and moisture, that doesn't seem like it would really line up. I don't understand how it would be effective. So you really have to nail this one if you're going to bring this up in terms of things that customers would see a benefit from. Here's what you need to understand without going into a huge physics lesson here is bread expansion depends on steam. Okay. When bread hits heat, basically all of the internal water turns into vapor and it expands out. And if the crust on the outside of the bread hardens too early, what happens is it forces the expansion that's supposed to happen on the inside, it forces it to stop. Okay. Steam keeps that exterior more flexible for a longer period of time. So that's going to allow basically what they call the spring of the bread, right? Before the crust sets. Okay. And then the dry heat is then used to really finish off that browning process for you. And that's why, I mean, if you look at professional bakeries, they actually inject steam throughout the process. So there's a lot of appliances out there that inject steam throughout the process. So now you're just able to recreate that behavior at home. It's a really important step if you're looking for bread. And then I mentioned reheating, and it may not be the right thing for everybody that's out there, but it depends on, the results that you're looking for. When you think about something boring like your leftovers, you can make better leftovers in a steam oven, right? We know with microwaves, what they're doing is essentially exciting water molecules inside very quickly, and it does it super unevenly. And dry ovens, like your regular wall oven or range, is going to continue evaporating that moisture as it goes. Combi steam is going to slow all of the additional moisture loss, right? So while you're not adding water back into the food, you're actually preventing more from leaving. So that's why reheated pasta or chicken really doesn't feel dried out. It's closer to the original texture you had. So there's still some benefits there. So I
So
think it's really important to...
let's stay on that
Yeah,
one.
go ahead.
Let's stay on the
Sure.
customers that mainly use the microwave, rarely
Mm-hmm.
cook, which is a
Yep.
lot of customers. And
Right.
they're considering this. They heard somewhere down the line that a steam oven can replace your microwave, which we know isn't necessarily true. But the real question
Right.
is it worth it to that customer that pretty much just reheats leftovers most of the time?
I would tell you that it is, depending upon the person. I mean, if you're constantly reheating leftovers because you're in a hurry, right? Well, this probably isn't going to add the type of value that you're looking for because it's not going to cook it faster, right? It's actually going to be considerably slower, but you're going to get significantly better results. So it's really that trade-off. Listen, we all need microwaves anyway because nothing else is heating liquids the same way that a microwave does, right? So that's almost a non-starter. If a microwave is a part of your life, it's going to continue to be a part of your life. What steam will do is take everything that you would normally put in a microwave, and it would give you significantly better results if you're willing to put in the time to get there. And for some people, that's important. And for some people, the speed matters more than that. So that's when the conversation drifts over to, well, maybe a speed oven might be better for you. If you're looking for slightly better results than you get in a microwave, maybe that's the best option for you. But steam's really not for speed. And it's funny, and I'm glad you brought that up because it gets mentioned in the speed conversation quite a bit, because smaller oven cavity, all of these things, they say, oh, well, naturally it would go faster. Not really. I mean, when you're talking about water and steam and all of that stuff, that process does take time. So if you're buying it for a speed or a convenience factor, it's probably not going to work so much. I mean, and that leads into steam ovens can still be oversold. It's not going to make you a better cook. It's not going to change everything for you. It doesn't do any magic tricks, right? I mean, it's not going to fix bad seasoning or poor timing,
Right.
or just, any kind of like mediocre techniques that you're using. It's not going to do that. It's going to improve your moisture control. And that's what it does. And it does it better than anything else. And there's a ton of value there. And if you already cook well and you cook with some level of care, you're going to notice it and appreciate it. But if you're one of those people that are out there right now that don't really notice the dryness or the texture in your food right now, it's not going to feel all that transformative for you, right? And I don't want to undersell it either, but I mean, that's really an honest line. I mean, it really depends on the results that you're looking for. If you notice these things in your food right now and you want an improvement, this is how it improves. But if you don't really notice it and you don't really have another reason to buy it, it may not be worth it. So again, is a steam oven a great appliance? Yes. It's a definitive yes across the board for anybody. But is it worth it? It really just depends on what you're looking for.
I think that's really great. What a great way to frame it. So obviously, for those that it's probably not worth it, and we say probably because it could be, but
Right.
it probably not, isn't worth it. Speed, and you're not really cooking. You might be reheating things, You're not really cooking. But if you do cook, because my wife is a spectacular cook, we had a steam convection oven, and we talk about it once a week, how much we miss that. And I wasn't okay. We had a good enough steam convection oven that we could do sous vide, did that all the time in it. I would put the chicken in the bag, put it in, set it for when I was getting home, getting home. It was awesome. It was awesome. Missed that appliance so much. But I love that you put it for, there's some people, it won't be worth it for them. So I think that's great.
No, because I mean, listen, there's a cost incurred with all of this, right? There's space allocation, and then there's the care level as well. So the important thing is to make sure you call out those three things, right? Because those are big: cost, space, and care level. That's what we need to identify, right? Are they okay with these three things? Yes. Then move the conversation. Then you have to let them know, all right, listen, just so you know, this isn't a convenience upgrade, right? We can do convenience upgrades in other areas. This isn't one of them. This is really, you have to get the point across that this is more of a refinement upgrade, right? So if cooking is really more of a transactional process for you, I would say there isn't enough value built into this for everything that you would need to do to get it working, right? But if you cook often and you care about really, I don't know, what nuance, then yeah, I think that you're definitely going to love it, because there are a lot of reasons to love it. So those are really the points that I would want to get across before I dove into it with a customer.
We drop a new episode every day of the week, including weekends. Don't forget to rate and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.